Hello everyone, I just recorded the whole Cocytus how to build and completely forgot to hit record. So I'm currently recording it now because I have his relic. I'm missing SA6, but it's fine because it only gives basic stats, not substats. We'll go to his substats. 8% pierce rate is good, 6% resistance is good, regenerate don't really care. Crit chance is actually higher than Iron's. Iron's is 87, 86%, so that is actually very good. Crit damage isn't too bad, 214 without crit damage gear, it's not bad. Resistance is not too bad because, of course, he's PvE only, meaning that you don't really have to worry about crits because not many PvE characters have PvE enemies have Sever, so it's fine. Crit resistance is actually very high. A lot of the Overlord collaboration characters have quite high crit defense, which is very nice because there's a lot of guarantee critting characters out there. Of course, Cocytus won't be against any of them, but just nice to have high crit defense. Recovery rate's decent, and then lifesteal is actually very good. 10% lifesteal, in my opinion, quite solid. Onto his skills, he does have Trait Millie's Amplify skill, which is 180, 270, and 450% multipliers, which they're actually very good. Like multipliers, especially with his passive and all that kind of stuff, not too bad. Then you've got Detonate Single Target, which is actually going to be very good because, of course, he's a PvE character, and lots of PvE characters have more than 5 volt gauge. Some have 10, and if they have 10, think about it, he does 200% additional damage, so it's 400 becomes 600, and you add 200 here, becomes 360, and then 440. But that's very good. Onto his ultimate, which is a Mellie's ult. The only good thing about this ultimate is that the buff doesn't actually scale. With the ult level, it's just flat, it's just the actual damage that increases. If it was single target, in my opinion, it would be much better. Who has the single target? I think Mikas has the single target version of that ultimate. I think that would have been much better for him, because you're probably only really going to be using him on final bosses and knighthood bosses, because that's where pretty much he can only work. I thought he would initially be good for Dawning Beast, but his passive and his relic do not work on Dawning Beast, unfortunately. Onto his passive, which is in PvE, remove all debuffs from allies when the hero uses a skill and inflicts damage. So yeah, he has to inflict damage to remove the debuffs off your allies, which is kind of cool. Increase allies' HP by 8% for every debuff removed for 3 turns. So what this means, he gives everyone on the team 40% HP stats, and how it works is you have 1 debuff on a random ally. He uses a skill, everyone on your team gets 1 buff. Let's just say you have 3 debuffs spread out between 3 different people. He'll remove all of those debuffs and give everyone on your team 3 buffs, which is why it's kind of insane. Then his Amplify as well, he's got 3 buffs from his ultimate as well, which is another 100, there's another 3, 5... You know, you're looking at 8 buffs currently, then when we get to his relic, you can realize he can get even more, which is in PvE, increase all stats of all allies by 10% for 2 turns when the hero uses a skill. Also, with this, it hasn't got a cap on it, which means the max amount of buffs you could theoretically have is 6, meaning you could get an extra 60% all stats, as well as getting your 3 buffs from your ultimate, as well as getting the 40% extra HP from his passive, which means he's going to be insane. Amplify-wise, he's going to hit really hard. And not only that, he's going to be very good for points in Final Boss and Knighthood Boss, as well as, you know, he's an unknown as well, so you can stick Nanashi in the back for even more stats. You know, all stats, giving all stats is insane. That's crit resistance, that's crit defense, that's crit chance, that's crit damage, that's pierce rate, that's resistance, that's lifesteal. You know, all of these insane stats that he gives. Yes, he doesn't work in the Dawning Beast, and of course, yeah, he doesn't work in PvP, but he doesn't work in Demons, unfortunately. He does actually have a range skill. This is a range skill. Means that it's not going to be the best on. He's going to have like a useless skill if you were to use him on what's the boss called, Belmuth. But in the future they are going to be adding an extra demon. I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to add level 110. I think it'll add something else in the, instead, just because level 110 is a little bit weird to add now. Now we've got LRs, but I do think if it's blue, he could be pretty good. Of course, on the hell difficulty. Onto his gear. So I've given him HP defense. This is currently Albedo's HP defense gear. I do have attack, crit, and HP defense for her. So for now, I've just given this to Cocytus, just sort of hold it, because, well, they're from the same collab, and he requires HP defense. And this HP defense gear is actually very good, so I don't mind him just holding it and using it. So yeah, you would really want to give him HP defense. He doesn't really want to attack, crit down. Yes, he does have the ability to, I guess, be some sort of DPS because of Amplify, but Amplify is actually very good even without attack crit down, because of course buffs are very easy to get nowadays. You've got Nanashi, you've got of course Cocytus himself, which provides him an absurd 6, 5, 3, 14 buffs he can provide himself from his own like ultimate, passive, and relic, which is a lot of buffs. And bear in mind, 11 of them he gives to his entire team. You know, he can give your entire team 100% extra HP, 60% crit chance, 60% crit damage. These are insane stats to have to be able to give to someone. So HP is fine because he's going to be doing a lot of DPS. Of course, he's unknown, so you're probably going to be playing him with like Nanashi or Freya or anyone who can increase basic stats even more because he's going to be absurd. You might try and find another Amplify unknown, which I can't think of any off. Oh, Rem! Oh my god, he might actually be very good with Rem. Rem gives also herself a lot of basic stats for unknowns. I mean, she's going to have a lot of stats. She might be very good for a final boss of some sort. I doubt it, but you never know. Onto outfits, of course, you do have the 2 default ones here, which aren't too bad, and then of course you have the diamond one here, which of course I bought, and you have the 2 paid ones here. I actually really like this paid one. I wouldn't get it, but it does look kind of cool. I do like it. Weapons-wise, of course, you've got this one, which is the free one, and the 60 diamond one. Unfortunately, there is not another weapon you can get for free. You can't also get 5 weapons for him either, because he's a collab character. The only thing you can get 5 for on collab characters is outfits. You can't get 5 weapons or cosmetics until a rerun occurs. Then you are able to get 5 cosmetics and weapons. But the other 2, they look okay. This one looks kind of goofy. It doesn't really suit the armor, in my opinion. And this one's okay. The thing is, you wouldn't really want them unless, you know, you really wanted to wail on this collab. Then you can go ahead and get him. But he's a PvE character. I really like his helmet though, for the 60 diamond outfit. And of course, it's the free one you get as well. It looks kind of weird when you just take off his helmet and he's wearing this outfit. His relic itself is actually probably got not bad attack. Defense is okay, and HP is on a little bit of the like medium side. But overall, he hasn't actually got too bad CC. Bear in mind he's missing SA6, which will give him, you know, quite a nice chunk of CC. Like, I want to say, like, maybe 3 and a bit K, so you're looking at, you know, if I upgrade his outfits as well, 60,000 CC on a character that doesn't have their own engraved gear. It's not bad. Of course, you could engrave his gear, like, yeah, that would probably be the smart thing to do, of course, if he has a use. I don't recommend making UR gear for characters that you could see not having a use in the future. For example, that's the reason I haven't made Ein's gear yet, it's because I want to see if he has a use. Yes, I've seen people use him on Nidhogg, but it's like M66, so his passive is actually pretty insane in comparison to 1-6 like what I've got him, unfortunately. But overall, he's not too bad. We can actually look at his associations as well. So his attack increase and HP increase. HP increase would be nice for CC, especially Droll. Droll actually has quite a nice chunk of like CC himself, and you know, give him HP defense because they use him for Diane sometimes. So you know, very good link to have for just CC for this guy and for him to tank, which is kind of cool. I do like how, you know, how unique of a character he is. Of course, he's free as well, which is actually really the biggest plus side. And you know, I did speculate that the free character would be Cocytus, and it would be PvE only, like following the trend of the past collaborations, starting with Kisner. Kisner, of course, PvE free. You then had Eris from Jobless Reincarnated, free PvE. AOT was kind of a grey one. They had Mikasa who was PvE, but unfortunately she was not free, but she was very good for PvE. And then of course then you got Cocytus, PvE and free, which I think is a trend they're probably going to follow, is that the free characters on non-rerun collaborations will be free, just to sort of make it so these characters, yes they are free, but you can't use them in PvP, but they can still be used for PvE. So you can't use them in PvP, but they can be used in PvE. But overall, it's a cool character. I really like his design. And yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next one. Goodbye.